The recording you're about to hear documents the fantastical and heavily improvised adventures of two friends, united by their love of all things geeky, and tasked with a mission that will take them to the very limits of the pop cultural universe. This is Science Fiction Double Feature.
So, Jim, what are we going to watch this evening?
I don't know. I feel like there's just so much to choose from.
There really is. Slide open the old DVD cupboard. Let's have a look what we got in there.
Yeah, we could go for some I do love a spy film, I have to say.
When's that new Bond one coming out?
Yeah, I don't actually know. I think it's coming out this year, which is quite exciting.
Is it Daniel Craig? It's his final one now, right? Although he said that before.
Yeah, I think they said that every time, but it is, supposedly. And interestingly, it is directed by the guy that directed, so his name is Cary Fukunaga, and he directed the first season of True Detective. You know, if that bodes anything, then hopefully it bodes really well, because that was a incredible series.
I could work with a spy film. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not know if I'm feeling spy. Let's
We've
see what
got a
else
lot
there
of
is.
sci-fi.
Sci-fi, we do have a lot of sci-fi. In fact, I would say roughly half of that second shelf is pretty much predominantly
Yeah,
sci-fi.
I was going to say, like, this our shared DVD collection is pretty extensive, and a lot of it.
What's your ordering system here? How have you ordered? You've ordered these when I haven't been in. I went out the flat for 5 minutes, and you reorder the DVDs.
Well, I know you're a fan of the incredibly methodical alphabetical system, but I thought I'd go for a bit of more of a random one, and went for a color coding by year.
Filed under green 1981.
Exactly. No, it's an incredibly simple system. Like, if more than one film is made in the same year, then you color it from a color spectrum from dark to light on one side, like left to right. It's incredibly simple.
Okay, no, I follow it now. And actually, it does look very good.
Yeah,
so,
you know.
What would be your favorite film from this sci-fi shelf then? Of all the sci-fi on offer, what are you going for?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty tough one. Obviously, Star Wars is something that I could go back to again and again. But I think probably fave sci-fi, actual in terms of fave film and being a great film, I think it's probably Blade Runner. Blade Runner, the original, specifically the director's cut, without Harrison Ford's silly voiceover. Poor guy. You could tell he didn't want to do it. But what else we got?
Well, I was thinking, I don't know, how long have we got? It's going to be quite a long evening. I mean, we've got a good 12 beers to get through. I would say we could go for an epic Western.
Oh, yeah, I could. I mean... Yeah, I really, really could. I feel like whiskey is more of a Western drink, though. We'd have to crack the whiskey out.
You're not wrong. Okay, we've only got some cheap blend, but it'll do the trick.
There's
fine.
No single whatever malts. It is, I'm going to be like making a disgusted face anyway, because I can't deal with whiskey. No, that's good. And I just find them so relaxing for some reason.
They are incredibly relaxing, especially the kind of 60s Sergio Leone, like the long, slow camera shots, like the panning shots of landscapes that seem to be there for no reason other than to make you feel like you've suddenly found yourself like stranded in the middle of a desert, and there's like a horseman riding towards you.
Just makes me feel warm already thinking really that. Makes me feel like I'm already under the desert sun. Like, I love it. And also incredibly cheesy, like, pa-choo, like sound effects. Love it.
And some like killer soundtracks, like unbelievable soundtracks to those films.
Ennio Morricone just absolutely just kills it. Okay, yeah, Westerns. We could also...
We could change it up a little. We could go for something completely different. We could stick on a rom-com, I don't know, or one of your 80s films. I can see you got a fair amount of 80s classics on the go there.
Yeah, I mean, I do love a John Hughes. I could always go for Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club, even Pretty in Pink is an absolute cracker.
You kind of need to educate me on that whole genre. I'm going to be honest, I've not seen a lot of the films considered classic 80s. I've seen The Goonies, and I've seen...
Oh, mate.
I think a lot of the films I think of as being my like childhood 80s films are actually 90s films. I think I've seen a lot of like Drop Dead Fred. That was one I used to watch an awful lot.
Ooh,
and
I have to say I've not seen that one.
I mean, it is not a great film, but I love it. But
I mean,
objectively,
yeah, but part of the joy is like looking back at how culture was, like 20, 30 years ago, and being like, oh my God, things have really improved. Even The Breakfast Club, like, which is, one of the, sort of most, I don't know, iconic teen films of all time. You go back and there's stuff in it that's just like, wow, this is really bad.
Yeah, the little bits of Breakfast Club I have seen remind me of Sunnydale High from Buffy, which is obviously, again, American high school 90s. I feel like there's a lot of crossover in the 80s kind of vibe. Or maybe Twin Peaks as well.
Yeah.
Which, again, early 90s. It's all hangover from that 80s period, which I never truly got exposed to.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're just too young. We were not yet in existence. But I feel like all those things are probably like winking at this sort of like the John Hughes, like, you know, but I mean, John Hughes's vision of like the, you know, being a teenager in the 80s, it's not exactly like harmonious. You know, there's a lot of like angst going on, but there aren't any vampires or, you know, weird people talking backwards as far as I know. So,
but the vampires
you know,
represent angst. That's what it's all about. That's why Buffy is the world's best TV show, because
I thought vampires represented like you know, STIs and weird sexual like repression.
I think they probably represent that. I think they basically represent being a teenager. I think
I was going to say that is
teenage
also...
life and its various obstacles.
That is a pretty accurate description of teen. Yeah, fair enough. Though also, I do have to say, Buffy, that is also something that I've never really been that into. I never really watched. I think the Buffy I've watched with you, basically.
Well, I mean, we've got plenty of time in this flat, so we may as well, you know, settle down for the long haul. I'm going to expose you to all 7 series of Buffy, although series 7 really starts to go downhill.
Oh no. Well, but I mean, if we're still looking for something to do tonight, then my last shout that I'm just going to throw out there is something piratical. I'm just gonna go for it. I bloody love pirates and like general nautical themes, like Master and Commander. Have you seen that film? Russell Crowe.
I've seen Muppet Treasure Island. That's probably my favorite pirate film.
Also great. I actually read the Treasure Island, the original novel, like last year, and reread it. Yeah, it's like honestly, the original page turner. Like you just can't put it down.
Robert Louis Stevenson is the master of that. Literally, Jekyll and Hyde, kidnapped.
I think it's the same with Charles Dickens. Anyone that like serialized their like writing, they had to like keep people coming back for the next week, so it always ends on a cliffhanger. It just makes it so like easily like digestible. Honestly,
it was literally almost like the kind of soap operas of today in some ways, isn't it? It's like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you have to, you write a chapter a week, and you want people to come and read it next week, so it has to be like, and at the end of the chapter, suddenly his long lost aunt turns up to give him a bunch of money. Shit! Oh my god! But yeah, that is actually a lot more like EastEnders.
I actually find one of the coziest things about Robert Louis Stevenson's writing is the way he gives huge amounts of like words to just describing meals they have. Like in the second chapter of Treasure Island, I think, or maybe the third chapter, after the visitation from Blind Pew and the Admiral Benbow's burnt down. Spoiler alert. They have a whole like scene where he just goes and has like a meal, and they just describe this like warm meal being brought to him, and like he looks at each bit of the food and he like takes it in and smells it, and it's just, you're sitting there reading it just like, this is so lovely, this is exactly what I want described to me. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so we've got, let's just quickly review the options then. Spy, we got Western, we got piratical nonsense, we've got some kind of 80s treat, we've got maybe a sci-fi number, something, what did we say? We might space, something maybe robot related. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm feeling your first option. I'm feeling Spy is the way to go. Should we stick Spy film on?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it.
All right. In that case, you pick one out. I'm just going to stick the TV on. Which one is it? We've got hooked up to the DVD player again. I've got to stick it on channel 2. Okay.
I don't know. I do. I mean, James Bond is, you know, he's the.
Wait, Jim, wait. Something's happening. What? The TV's making. What? Does it normally make this noise?
I don't think that's normal.
I think there's some kind of. Can you hear someone? Hello? Can you hear a voice?
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, unless that's Hugh Edwards reading through from the 9 o'clock news. I don't think that's a normal thing.
It doesn't sound like the warm Welsh tones of Hugh Edwards. There's a voice coming through.
Yes, hello, can you hear me, lads?
Callum, is the TV talking to us? Like, what is? I mean,
normally. Shut your mouth. You, Jim.
Yes. That's how the hell? What's going on?
This chap here. He's Callam.
Yeah, this is Callam. How do you know our names, and why are you so rude for a TV person?
My name's Kev. Okay, I'm an interdimensional collector of the finest pop culture from across the known and the unknown universe. My collection's the finest known to any species. I've got unopened copies of every film, book, album, video game, and associated merchandise ever created. It's worth a mint. Not that I'm planning on selling. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why have I contacted you, pal? There's only one collection out there in the known universe to rival mine, and it's that of fellow cultural aficionado and utter arse-candle, Scabs McBaster. A slippery character. Give it a go yourself.
Scabs McBastard? And am I saying that? Am I saying that correctly,
That's
Mr. Cab?
offensive, pal. No, that's deeply offensive. It's Scabs McBaster. McBastar. Okay?
He must have had a hard time at school.
Now, this bellend's been buying up multiple copies of every new release to try and squeeze me out the collector's market. The only way I'm going to maintain my reputation is to add some prize merchandise to my collection. Now listen, that's where you
I was wondering where we came in, because I mean, I'm quite confused about that. You've come through our TV. You're telling us about your DVD collection, Intergalactic Kev, or whatever name is. But what Interdimensional Kev? Sorry, I do apologize. Yeah, what's our part in all this?
This is where you come in. If you two are game, you lads are going to help me acquire some of the finest pieces of pop cultural memorabilia scattered throughout time and space. And in return, I'll give you the opportunity to see things you've only ever dreamt of in your little escapist fantasies.
Jim, this guy's a joker. Why would he
I
possibly come to us?
don't buy it. Well, I mean, I'm feeling something's mighty fishy going on here.
Listen, you Earth people, you humans, you have absolutely no idea of the technology available in the rest of the known universe. Unbeknownst to you, the activity of all humans is beamed via cable to quite a few planets in the Alpha Centauri system, kind of like an epic keeping up with the Kardashians. You can choose which humans you fancy following, and I've been settled on you two since around about 2010, about the time you guys probably started living together.
Oh God, how much have you seen?
Tell you now, I've had to turn off the television from time to time. Listen, I've been following you two for a while, because it seems like you've got the enthusiasm for nerd culture that'll see you two willing to put yourselves in the way of potentially massive and life-changing injury just to help me amass a more impressive collection. Have I got that right?
What else have I got going on?
I was going to say, we talk a lot about this kind of stuff. I think the guy, it sounds kind of exciting. I mean,
he did say that we could see like things we never dreamed of, and I feel like we've dreamed of quite a lot of things.
Are you game? Are you up for this, guys?
I mean, Callam, don't know about you. I'm down. Let's do it.
I'm 100% down. I haven't got a lot on. It seems like a good way to pass some time.
Okay, then, lads, have you got transportation?
Well, I mean, we bought that camper van a few years back, but it's kind of just sitting in the garage.
Do we even know if it starts right now? I got a bad feeling the battery's going to be gone. I'm not sure it's going to be fit for purpose.
I think it's been collecting quite a lot of mold.
Listen, guys, do not worry at all. I'm going to send a pal of mine down, Eddie, down to your place. He's going to fix up your camper, make it capable of a few nifty tricks. He'll meet you in your garage, but it'll take him a while to get down there. So in the meantime, can you have a little think about the work you'd like done, okay? You can pretty much do anything for you. The sky's the limit, right? Cheers, lads. Eddie, be with you shortly.
Thanks, Kev. Is this interdimensional Eddie that we're on the lookout for? How will we know when we see him?
What are you, some kind of space racist? We're not all interdimensional. Some people are just called Eddie.
Okay, all right, just Eddie. Cheers. Thanks, Big K, Special K.
IDK. That was the strangest experience of my entire life.
Yeah, I'd give it the top 5.
And he's seen everything.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of shame wrapped up in here, but let's not think about that. Let's think more about the opportunity that he's presented us. It sounds like that he's basically giving us license to go wherever we want, which is pretty great.
This sounds incredible. Let's head to the garage and see if this camper will start.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
All right, here we go. It looks even worse than I remember. Oh my god.
Yeah, why is it so green? I don't remember it being green.
Let's see if it starts. Okay, you jump in.
All right, okay.
Give it a go. Nothing's happening. No. I'm feeling nothing happening here.
Yeah. Oh man, I think it's dead. Like it's just
Well, listen. If this Eddie guy is everything he's cooked up to be, by the sounds of it, I mean, he can do quite a lot with this thing. So let's imagine this isn't all some elaborate intergalactic prank. What would you add to the camper van?
Okay. Well, I mean, we've got to have like a hyperdrive in there, right? We've got to have like some sort of rocket booster and like hyperdrive combo, so you can get to space and then like go wherever we want.
You thinking Millennium Falcon style? Is that what you've got?
Exactly, big switch that you go push forward and then you like blast off into the inky blackness of space.
I love the sound effect that the Millennium Falcon makes when the hyperdrive won't fire.
Yeah, I love it. But let's have a working one. We don't want that.
Absolutely. We'll ask for a working hyperdrive. Okay, that's your first one. What can I go for? Okay, I'll tell you what. We were talking about spy films earlier. How about some kind of stealth camouflage? I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of thinking Metal Gear Solid on this one. I'm thinking stealth camouflage that we can just hit the button and suddenly the camper van is visible.
Yeah,
that would be incredible.
Love it. Cloaking device. Yeah, I'm well into that. Yeah, I think we should also maybe some sort of like a laser. I feel like there's always stuff that needs cutting through, so a laser would probably be quite handy. And a fully stocked wardrobe with tuxedos, scuba suits, snow suits, snow tuxedos, jungle tuxedos, all the tactical tuxedos. Just a fully stocked spy wardrobe would be pretty great as well.
If we're going so far as to ask for a wardrobe, do you think maybe we could ask for some kind of bar? I mean,
martinis, vermouth, all those fancy spy drinks, plus some reasonably priced beer on the side for when those drinks are too strong for my love.
I mean, this is a lot to fit in the back of the camper. Do you think maybe we can get some kind of TARDIS-like device fitted so that it's bigger on the inside?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost a necessity, to be honest, because I mean, between the tuxedos, the beer, the hyperdrive,
and my 6'5" self, it's already a squeeze.
Yeah, you're quite a tall bloke. Okay, so let's presume we've got as much space as we want. What else will we throw in there?
How about some kind of banging sound system?
Yes.
I feel like, imagine we found ourselves in the wild, wild west. We're going to feel kind of embarrassing if we can't get an Ennio Morricone soundtrack on the go.
Probably realistically going to need some 6-shooters. If we ever find ourselves on the high seas, I feel like all this sort of modern technology might not be up to scratch. So we might need some good old-fashioned sails and rigging.
Oh my god, that will make the camper van look so absurd. I can't wait to see it after all this. Presumably they're retractable, right? They can be pulled back inside the crowd.
Yeah, I really hope so. Otherwise, there's no way we're getting under any railway bridges.
Retractable pop-out sails.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe an anchor, maybe some cutlasses, just in case. I know we said no to
I'm scribbling all this down, by the way. I'm going to get this all written down, because when Eddie arrives, we've already come up with a huge
got quite a good spec to sort them out with, To complete the thing, if we were to get like a live parrot, just to like flap around, do some cheeky...
As opposed to a dead parrot.
If we've got a dead parrot, we just have to return it to the shop. We all know that's what you do. I don't know. But, it could like hang out. It could say one-liners. Like, if anything happened, it could be like, "Rah, you guys up."
That could definitely never get annoying. We should get the parrot.
Yeah, that will never, ever get frustrating whatsoever.
And while we're on the high seas as well, I personally have a penchant for the submarine lifestyle. I love the idea of being able to go beneath the waves. So maybe like some kind of pressurized cabin capabilities.
Yeah, airlock. That's a great shout. We'll probably need that for space as well, really. I don't think there's air in space either.
And we could do with getting the what's the name of the system? The system they have, the radar, the little
little boop, boop, boop. Little radar thing. Not ultrasound, whatever it is. Back to you. Sonar. There we go. Thank God we've got Eddie coming, because we'd be absolutely useless at this.
Oh, he's fit ultrasound.
Shit.
Now we can just scan if someone's pregnant.
We have no idea where we're going, but we can communicate with every bat in the vicinity.
Okay, beautiful. I mean, there's one obvious thing we've missed here. I don't know why we didn't think of it when we talked about the TARDIS. We want to be able to travel through time as well as space, right? We need some kind of DeLorean.
Yeah, flux capacitor, that's a good idea. Though, considering it is a 1980s VW camper rather than a DeLorean, we probably need to lower the time travel speed limit from 88 to something, a bit more reasonable.
I've never really seen this thing go above 40 without sounding like it's going to collapse.
We went to like 44 instead. If we half it, I think that's probably a good shout. Though it does mean that we can, if we ever had to go somewhere on the motorway, we're going to get there real slow. Otherwise, it's just going to end up back in time.
Perfect. Okay. Anything else you can think of?
I mean, no. I think that's pretty much everything that we need for where we might potentially be going. Holy shit! Oh my god. Whew. Oh, that really scared me. Presumably you're Eddie, considering you're appearing in our garage out of nowhere.
Yep, alright then mate, my name's Eddie Spannerhands, I'm presuming you two are Callam and Jim, are you?
Yeah, that's us, we're Callam and Jim, and...
Right, alright, you can talk, can't you mate? Okay, listen, have you decided what you want to do with this shit then?
Yeah, we've got a list of, we've got a few specs written out, but do you want a cup of tea?
No, you know what, mate? I'm all right, mate.
Good. I mean, that's pretty lucky because considering you have spanners for hands, I don't know how you drink the cup of tea. I mean,
I wondered how long it'd be before you brought up the bloody spanners for hands. Yeah, all right. Edward Spanner Hands. It was a dare that went too far from Kev, okay? Turns out having spanners for hands actually doesn't make mechanics any easier. Significantly harder.
I mean, I was going to say there's a lot of fine, sort of fine manipulation that needs to be done. Like, is it not actually quite an incredible hindrance to your job?
Listen up, mate. I'll get the job done. Don't you worry about that, all right? I can get this thing souped up. Anyway, have you got that list for me?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So, just a few little things: hyperdrive, sales, para.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Oh, thank God. This is your main job, then, mate. Do you just go around, the universe, decking out people's vehicles? Is that?
Yeah, me and Kev have had an arrangement for a while now. I deck things out for missions of his. I'm kind of employed on a retainer basis. I work mainly for Kev, but I've got a couple of gigs on the side.
Nice. What's Kev's deal, by the way? Is he just an intergalactic level nerd?
He's an interesting chap, is our Kev. Yeah, he's a bit of an oddball. We've known each other since school. We grew up on a planet Joculon 4. It was predominantly sporty types, and as you probably gathered from your chat with him, he's not exactly that kind of lad. He's into the geekier stuff, a bit like you two losers, as I understand it from Kev.
Sorry, can I ask one more question? Does Joculon 4 have a Scotland?
Yes, mate. Why do you think it's called Joculon 4? You think it was something to do with the sport? No, mate, they all talk like that there. It's because they're obsessed with this reality Earth TV. They base their entire culture around Scotland. They tuned into Glasgow early on. It's hilarious. They're all putting the accent on. It's not natural.
Oh, right. Okay. So if I try and catch Kev out, I might.
Yeah, there's a couple of words he really struggles with that accent. There's a few things he really can't say properly. You give it a go. Try asking him to say any word that has an R in the middle. He sounds like an absolute dick. Now listen up, piss off you two. Let me soup up this mother. I've got to stick some montage music on. It makes things go faster. Here we go.
Okay. Cheers, Eddie. You're a stand-up gent.
Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. When you make a montage, you might find that the time is your mind that goes by quickly. When you make a montage, you might find that you have to improvise at your very own drum machine. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster. Make it a montage, it makes it go faster.
That sure will go pretty nicely now. I took the liberty as well of installing a bit of an onboard AI, an onboard AI interface, so you can tinker around with the personality once you're on your way, but the artificial intelligence will sort you out with your mission intel from Kev. Stuck a couple of drink holders in the front there too. Anything else, lads?
No, I think that's it. It's got a tape deck.
Yeah, it's got a tape deck, it's got a record player there. I installed the TARDIS thing you mentioned, so you can pretty much fit anything in the back there. I actually took the liberty of sticking a music room in there for you lads. There's a few instruments in the back. You ever fancy a jam or anything like that,
Do you play Spanner Hands?
I play drums, mate. It's the only instrument I can play anymore. I used to be a concert level pianist, but you try that with Spanners for hands.
Do we owe you anything, Eddie?
No, it's alright. This one's on Kev, boys. Don't worry about it. Right, so I'm going to leave the way I came in. Nice to meet you, geeks.
Oh, that teleporting thing gives me a shock every time. I wish you'd
really jumpy as a person, Jim. You've got to take a chill pill.
I couldn't help it. Yeah. I wonder if there's like the teleport equivalent of knocking first. Like you teleport like a little card or something, being like, I'm going to be here in 10 seconds. Just, Anyway, Spanners.
The thing I found funniest about it was how small the spanners were. You know what they say about a guy with tiny spanners for hands.
Yeah, he cannot be trusted.
I was going to say he's got a tiny Allen key as a penis. Right, anyway, I mean, this thing is looking absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to give it a test drive. Should we jump in?
Yeah, let's do it. I cannot wait. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm putting the key in. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna fire it up. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, listen to that. That is beautiful.
Oh, she is purring. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Should we take her out for a spin on the road?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, hopefully it's not like all this extra stuff hasn't added any weight. I mean, I feel like it's, you know...
Somehow, remarkably not. And most importantly, I assume we can tune into interdimensional radio stations with this thing. Should we stick the radio on? Let's see what interdimensional music sounds like.
Let's give it a try.